Everybody, we are back. It is Taped on Live, favorite podcast, favorite channel, favorite everything. We are back. You guys already know what to do. Hit the subscribe button. Subscribe. Hit the like button if you like it. Hit the dislike button if you don't like it. Leave a comment if you like it. Leave a comment if you don't like it. Also follow us on Twitter at the Mark John NFL for me, at mholder95 for Matt, and also, of course, pandasubs.com TDL for 35% off. Like Matt said a couple episodes ago, it's bulking season. We're getting the bulking up here. So let's get the protein. Let's go support Panda Sus, my man Mirror. Getting, go ahead and get that going, dog.
Let's do that. The combine coming up, man. Got to get those reps at 225 going.
Yeah, exactly. Also, he's a Raiders fan too, so that's why you want to support it. All right. We're reviewing the winning Packers game. It was a lot better on defense for you, I'm sure. I did check out the defense a little bit, but on offense, it was. That's why I'm going over pass protection today, because a lot of people asked me about offensive line. What is wrong with the pass protection? This is gonna be funny. I'm just gonna show you guys a lot of things because he's only under pressure 25% of the time on PFF. So I was like, oh yeah, they're ready to go to the film, but I'm just gonna see some clean pockets. So. Matt, what did you think of the defense when you watched the film?
I mean, like you said, there's a lot to like. I mean, there are a few plays here and there that stuck out that weren't great, but I mean, for a lot of reasons, like I had a hard time picking two guys that I wanted to highlight that I usually do. Obviously Crosby's gonna be one of them because he was a beast when we talked about it and wanted to give him some love, and then Spillane was the other just because we've been hating on the linebackers a little bit, so I figured to give them their flowers when they play well. And I thought Diablo had a pretty good game too. I could have gone on with him. I mean, Kuntz had some pressures too. Tyler Hall stepped up coming off the practice squad. Obviously, Meek had the pick at the end. So a lot of guys really played well. I mean, a lot of guys to pick from for this week. So it was a pretty impressive showing. Defensively, a lot of guys played really well.
Yeah. I thought, there's a lot of players that play well. That Kuntz played well. Of course, Crosby was terrific. Yeah. And then, Spillane had a pretty good game. I even thought Diablo had a pretty good game out there, too. Yeah. I thought everybody played sound. Morag looked really good. He's been looking good all season, in my opinion. So is Marcus Epps, Meek Robertson. He had the. I don't know. I still think that was on Epps because I feel like you got to stay on top of that no matter what. You're playing cover 3. I don't know what he was jumping.
Well, I remember watching it. Like when I saw it again on the All 22, I was actually wrong on the instant reaction show where like they actually did have a crosser that it looked like he went to go nail, and then like Meek saw it too, and he went to go pick it up too, but Watson ran the corner. So yeah, I think it's definitely partially on both of them a little bit.
Yeah, exactly, both. Yeah.
But I know like PFF charged it to a Meek, which I think is technically the correct because Watson ran a corner and was still in his area. So
yeah, but technically it was on both. I mean, they both should have saw at least the corner route, and somebody should have decided to say on top of that at least you could leave the 7-yard pass is way better than 70 yards.
Basics his own defense. We'll play it back to front.
Exactly. So back to the offense, like I thought the running game looked a little bit better in the second half. It was pretty bad in the first half, but I thought in the second half they got a little going there. That's why they're able to move the football sometimes. They still ended up stalling on some drives. Jimmy Garoppolo threw interception, and even when they had the big drive, they scored a touchdown on them. They had some good runs from Jacobs. Jacobs really set the tone and ended up finishing it with a touchdown too. So I think if the run game with Thayer Mumford playing, I don't know how they're going to work that in with Illuminor, because I feel like Illuminor came back in the game late in the game from me watching it. But I really feel like the offensive line is run blocks better with Mumford, right? And I still think they're decent enough with pass protection in there that I think he can make a little bit of a difference because he's the only power guy really in this offense. Power, pure. Type of guy. He's really not fit for like a zone system. He's just going to move people with his size. So I think a player like him really fits what they want to do on offense a little bit. So I feel like they got to make that move, especially when you see some of the run blocks I'll be showing today. So I think there's something there. But, of course, Jimmy Garoppolo. I mean, I really don't want to give you guys a deal with that. I think we all know that that's going to look like. But, Jacoby Myers had a good game. I thought Michael Mayer had a good game too. They just, I haven't really got deep dive into like what Jimmy was doing downfield yet because, kind of the quick turnaround. But, there's definitely some misses. There's some misses. It is what it is. And running out of clean pockets. But
yeah, it's interesting you pointed out too about like the Illuminor Munford discussion. Like, Especially if Luminor's not doing well in pass protection, like that was his competitive advantage. Like if he's not playing well in that area, like I don't even see why you don't go to Munford. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like that's
exactly.
in the fame, and if you're not producing at that point, then we got to give somebody else a shot. So I was curious, did he pop up on? If he popped up on the injury report because he got banged up, and that's why they pulled him first, or was it bad? Or was he just playing bad?
I think he was injured. I think
That's what I thought too. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was injured, man. Man. I think he was injured, man. But I don't know. I'll check that out. But yeah, because they had a quick turnaround on that too. Because was he in the report? Sorry,
I don't remember. I didn't check it out.
Okay. Yeah, but they just look better with run blocking. I think that's a big difference. And he pass blocks just as good. So I don't understand what they're doing.
Yeah.
At this point, you might as well just make the move. And I still kind of felt like they're doing the little switching thing a little bit with them too, a little bit. So man, it's just like decide it, man. Just go with the young guy. This doesn't make any damn sense.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Illuminor was not on the injury report as of today, so
we'll see. Of course, there's a lot of dagger in this game. I don't know why he runs dagger with Jimmy Garoppolo. I don't understand that. It's just these things, and then they got the ball out of Jimmy's hand a lot quicker. They played a little bit more better offense, but man,
he's Paul West at it, man. It's the system. Just the system.
All right, man. How about we get into some defense first, since that was the better part of the game.
Start with a good. All right, sounds good.
Let's go ahead. You're up there. You're good.
Okay.
Oh yeah, cool. My bad, dude.
All right. So yeah, like I said, wanted to highlight Spillane. Obviously, we've been talking a little bit of crap about the Raiders linebackers, and I thought this was by far their best game collectively. I mean, this first play we're going to see against the run, Green Bay's going to get a little creative and just run counter. They're just going to motion this. I think that's Luke Musgrave, natural tight end playing receiver into the formation as the puller. What I like first about that Spillane does here is he's responsible for this backside gap, right? Mm-hmm. One of the things that if you're a linebacker, if you read the old linebacker book by Lou Tepper, he'll drill this hard as big plays happen when linebackers over pursue on the backside. So first things first, we got to make sure we hold our responsibility. Then when AJ Dillon gets those big ass shoulders rolling downhill, now we can commit. And we're going to see this play again later, I believe. Oh, no, it's not this one. Not this one. But go around and come around and make that play from the backside for a tackle for short gain. All right. Which one we got here? All right. This one is the one we're going to see later on. And it's basically the same play, just from a different formation, right? Still got the counter. Obviously 2 tight ends on this side, tight end motion, working across. Maxx Crosby gets the 2-for-1. What I like about Spillane too is, again, like this time, our defensive tackle, our good friend Jerry Tillery here, he gets pushed and washed to the other side of John Jenkins, the nose. So what Spillane's going to do, he's going to come downhill. And 2, I love that little rip move to get off the tight end's block and then go get involved and get another tackle near the line of scrimmage. Moving on to a few reps in coverage. A couple weeks ago, I know it was with Divine Diablo, but one of the things we saw against play action from the Raiders linebackers, coming up and sucking downhill too much a little bit for our liking, and giving up those deep crossers or giving up those crossers behind them. Here, Raiders get play action, take about 1 or 2 steps downhill. I mean, that's perfect right there. That causes Jordan Love. You can see he's already onto the check down. Like, that's not open right there. We're in good position, 3-4 yards, or one is back to be able to make a play on the ball. But 2, watch his first couple of steps here. I think Divine Diablo's on the blitz, which is good for him on play action. And boom, we're getting back. We're sinking. I mean, again, that's not a highlight play, not something that's going to show up on the stat sheet. Mm-hmm. But that takes away a good throw with their number 1 receiver. So we'll take that every single time.
That was a nice play.
Yeah. This one, is this the pick? Yep. So this is Spillane's first pick. And honestly, his picks were his least impressive plays of the entire evening. The Raiders are going to run cover 4 here, a little play action again, 1 or 2 yards deep. Then we're going to start retreating. And honestly, I think he should be a little bit deeper to try and, again, take away this crosser. But hey, Jordan Love's going to throw it right to you. We'll take that. I mean,
he didn't even look. I don't understand how you do that ball.
Like I said, man, it was just literally a gift. I'm surprised Spillane caught it just because he wasn't surprised by the fact that he got the ball.
He just throw it right at him.
Exactly. All right, play action one more time. Obviously, the Packers did their homework. Matt LaFleur knew how to attack the Raiders linebackers, but hey, they're ready for it again. And this time they did this a lot, where having Spillane play like that Tampa coverage and carry the tight end down the field. I mean, again, not going to show up on the stat sheet, but he's stride for stride in Luke Musgrave's hip pocket there. Obviously, that's a tight end, but Musgrave was a pretty fast dude coming out of Oregon State. That was kind of his claim to fame. So again, another rep that him right here, I mean, loves trying to go. You can see it a little bit from the sideline angle. He's looking in the middle of the field, and it's a two-man route. Again, we get the little bit of pressure. We're going to see this play again later. We got Crosby sacked, but another option. Another great job of taking away an option from the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, last play from Spillane here. Again, another pick. Cover 4 again. I guess this is the key. The Raiders have to run cover 4 and let Robert Spillane get all the picks. Beautiful play by Marcus Peters to undercut that route from Christian Watson on the dig. Gets the PBU, and we'll take the gift right there. Thank you very much. So again, Spillane had a pretty good day. I think he's actually a little bit better as a run defender. Obviously, the things that are going to show up are the couple of picks, but did a great job taking away options, sinking, much better against play action. And also a heck of a game against the run. Got a couple picks to reward him and look pretty on the stat sheet too. All right, moving on to Maxx Crosby. This is a play I was talking about a little bit before that we just saw. Packers going to run counter. And first of all, I kind of like the creativity here a little bit, mixing it up from Patrick Graham. We got Crosby and Tyree Wilson. I don't know if he's giving him the freedom or just letting him or just telling him to stand up and play out of a 2-point stance. But that, with Crosby slanting into the C gap there, that's going to help him kind of just get off the ball and use his athleticism to cross that tight end's face. Also has a nice little rip move that you can kind of see right there to keep that tight end on his hip and not and away from his body. Then we get the 2-for-1 right here. Yeah. That's going to free up Merrick. Go get initial contact there on A.J. Dillon and go make that play. So again, this Spillane and Merrick get credit for the tackle here. Well, this play is made by Maxx Crosby because one, he takes out. It's actually a 3-for-1.
I know, it's a crazy play.
He takes out the pulling guard, the tight end, and the guard ends up hitting and making contact with A.J. Dillon. So one example of this dude just being disruptive. All right, this play to me was one of my favorites. Obviously, it's not going to be his best play, but to me, one of the things that stood out about Max this game is his mental processing is getting to like an elite level where he's sniffing stuff out. Yeah. Like the Packers are going to get a little tricky here, right? We got to run it. We got 21 personnel on the field, 2 running backs, tight end, but the other back is going to motion wide. Or it's going to start at wide receiver and motion to the backfield so that they can get to the split zone here. We want to back this up for a second. Because watch Maxx Crosby pre-snap. See it right there?
Mm-hmm.
He's calling out the motion. We can see it right here. He's pointing to the running back right here. He knows that guy's not going to stay out there. He's coming to the backfield, so he knows something's up. Sees the running back motion to the backfield. I mean, that's just pure speed from the backside, where if he doesn't read that play, he doesn't make it. If he doesn't sniff this out, know this is coming, like this is, a tackle and a game for who knows how much. Mm-hmm. But read it, make a nice little violent tackle, beat the blocker to the spot, and go get an unblocked TFL from the backside.
Wow.
Special, man. Like that fired me up right there. The fact that he, one, recognized it pre-snap, and two, like obviously the Packers trying to get tricky with it, and he still picked up on it. All right, so this time we're going to see just a nice little hand swipe move from Maxx Crosby. Packers try and make his life a little bit harder by putting the tight end on his side, hurting his angle, and making him run a longer distance to the quarterback. But as we'll see, it doesn't matter because that was a dirty move. Zach Tom's on his knees, trying to figure out what the hell happened, show off that bend, force Jordan Love to step up and check it down. I mean, I just want to watch this move again.
He just damn special. Goddamn. Yeah. Wow.
Dude, like, this is just perfect timing. Like, beat the hands, beat the man. Like, beats 2 guys really because the guard comes up and tries to take him too. And they very clearly game plan for him too, because there was a lot of times where guard was leaving early and trying to make sure he didn't Maxx didn't get there. All right, so this next play, we're going back to the run. I'm gonna be honest. This next play you don't get away with, and you get your ass chewed out if you're not an elite athlete and make this play, because the Raiders are going to slant and watch Maxx Crosby. See how Nichols is already in this gap right here. He's already in the A gap. Crosby gets square on the offensive tackle, so he can do that to him. He's going to throw off the angle, get in the square, and then using a little quick arm over and just makes this guy whiff. Again, if he's not an elite player and an elite athlete that makes this play, he's getting his ass chewed in the film room on Tuesday morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's just ridiculous. The guy didn't even touch him.
Nuts.
He worked around the block too. Like,
crazy.
Yeah, this is why I love this guy so much. All right. So next play, we got end of the first half here. I believe it was about 7 seconds. So the Packers, are going for a Hail Mary. Similar type of situation where they have the natural tight end just lined up at receiver here, Luke Musgrave, closer to formation to try and either chip block him or make his angle harder to the quarterback. But Maxx gets off the ball, recognizes we got the overset from the offensive tackle, right? Both hips pointed at the sideline. Gets a nice little inside swim move and ends up forcing Jordan Love to get out and scramble. Jordan Love scrambles, and it's the end of the first half. Mm-hmm. Now, I know we've talked about it in the past where Maxx likes to go inside. I actually don't mind that here because, again, it's 7 seconds before the half. They're trying to Hail Mary.
Yeah.
If Jordan Love scrambles for 60 yards for a touchdown, they deserve a score. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
If you can win as a pass rusher like that, we'll take that every day of the week. All right. So here we got, this is actually the play after Christian Watson, the very next play after Christian Watson's long touchdown run, or long catch that didn't go for a touchdown, thanks to Marcus Peters, and then the great goal line stand. First play that happens is, again, going to be another rep where Crosby, if he doesn't make this play, he's probably getting chewed out because I'm pretty sure he's responsible for this C gap, right? And then Masterson or Merrick fills to the outside. But hey, when you can make the play like this and make this tight end whiff and kind of work around the block, another reason why you might get chewed out, we're not going to complain about that all day. Also, shout out John Jenkins here. John Jenkins, I think even Jerry Tillery gets some – no, Jerry Tillery doesn't do much. But John Jenkins dominates the center a little bit here. Isaac Rochelle, nice job on the front side, filling up their gaps. This is kind of what I'm talking about. Marcus Peters get in there too. This is what I was talking about too, where it's like, this is team defense, right? Like these three guys, they're not going to show up on the stat sheet, but they make the play, right? Just like how we saw Crosby do that earlier. Mm-hmm. They plug up those gaps. They make it so that Dillon can't go anywhere, and then Crosby gets the glory with the TFL.
Exactly.
All right. Okay, here comes the sack. That was a good pause statement there.
Here comes.
Here we're going to see Crosby sack. Is that even better?
Yeah, there you go. There.
All right.
It's football, man. Football's full of them, dog. So we just might as well just keep going.
You got it. Might as well. We get the motion again with the tight end. They're going to use two tight ends to block him this time. I mean, I feel like this guy, 89, just makes a business decision because, I mean, that's not exactly a great effort. No. But, I mean, I love it too. Like, look at the pad level. We're underneath this guy. Our helmet is completely under his. Got our hands inside. And this guy's just trying to chip him. This poor tight end's just trying to chip block and get out on a route. And Crosby just physically dominates him. And then at 89, if I'm Matt LaFleur, I mean, we need a better effort than that.
I know.
But too, like, look at Max, like his bend, man. Like right now, he just goes straight and beelines for Jordan Love.
Exactly. This is nice.
That sack.
That's what's called bend and cornering to the quarterback.
Exactly. All right. So this one is actually a really nice line game. Again, similar to what we saw in that play before the end of the first half. Got the tight end here close to the formation to widen Maxx. And the Raiders run a nice little stunt here. And he's going to get a pressure and force Jordan Love to kind of pull up on the throw. As we see, it falls about a couple yards short of Christian Watson, a couple yards short of the target. But too, like, the thing that I love about Maxx on this rep specifically, like he's looping as a line game, but watch the entire time as he's working laterally, right? Like working laterally into this B gap. His job is just to find the first pass rush lane that opens. But what he does so great is he's getting up the field and working vertically as he's working laterally. And that makes this left guard's job tougher because he's got less time to react, right? If Max is like coming flat down the line or like even losing some ground to get there laterally, like he's going to have a half second or so to maybe react and maybe chip Max or something like that. But again, this dude's unreal athlete. They've talked about his flexibility a lot during the season and how he's been working on that. And that's what makes this play, that and the closing speed on the quarterback to go get that QB hit. Also got to love the pull up at the end to make sure we don't get rough in the passer. All right, so this is going to be the last clip we got for today, and the last comes from the last game or last play of the game on a Meeks pick. Malcolm Kuntz and Jerry Tillery end up really making this play happen with their line game here. But I mean, let's just watch Maxx Crosby bull rush. Like, Zach Tom is a good right tackle. Like, he's been pretty good for the Packers over the last 2 years. But he has no chance. I mean, again, like, perfect pad level. Like, that helmet is completely under. We got both of our hands inside, feet going through contact. I mean, Zach Tom has no choice but to hold on for dear life.
Yeah.
Jordan Love ends up scrambling. Again, nice little stunt here from Kuntz and Tillery. Both get the pressure. You know, it's a good stunt when both guys end up getting there.
Yeah.
And then Meek goes up and high points it over a guy that's got literally a foot on him. So
yeah,
hell of a play. Again, a heck of a game from the superstar and Maxx Crosby, but a lot of stuff even in the clips that he was getting highlighted on that where other people were doing their jobs, and ultimately a great game of team defense.
Yeah, man. Watching Spillane do some of those cover 2 reps, man, that was pretty nice to see. Kind of have that ability to play in coverage like that, because that's something that he wasn't really known for in Pittsburgh, and you see him playing a little bit better coverage with the Raiders playing when he gets to play more zone. Maybe, I don't know, maybe because they play more man over in Pittsburgh, more cover 1, that type of things, that maybe he could, he's able to do different kind of movements and things that he's not naturally do in man coverage that he can do in zone coverage. So that might be a little bit of a difference. But I mean, yeah, he had a really good game. And of course, Maxx Crosby, man, that's it's crazy.
Like I said, man, part of it was I just wanted to watch him. I just had to relive that game, man. Dude, he was on one, man. He's a monster.
Yeah, man, he's trying to win, bro. He's trying to lose it.
Yeah, I hear him. Me too. And I'm not there every day.
Man, he started losing. He's probably tired, especially with this offense, of us blaming the defense. He probably that's what he talked about that after the game. I was like, first of all, who was even talking about the Raiders? Like,
you got me to me, man. I don't know.
Who cares? Because that's what motivated him to play like that. He heard something. Yeah. Somebody said something about how bad the defense was.
Yeah,
I don't know.
So.
I thought they were playing.
Whoever said it, keep saying it. I don't care. I mean, whatever. If he's got to make it up, he's got to make it up.
It wasn't us, man. We were like, they played pretty well against the Chargers. It wasn't us. I don't know who it was. He said somebody pissed him off. I don't know.
Nice.
All right. So that was nice. Thank you, Matt, for going through that. We'll go over offensive line now. I'm gonna do run blocking. This is just in depth. We're just going all offensive line. I'm not doing anything else. And we're gonna check this out, man. Let's check it out. Make sure I get full screen. All right, so we start with the run blocking, which is probably, how am I going to say this? Because it's still bad, but it was still the best that it's looked all year.
I'll take best that it's looked all year.
Yeah, it's the best that it's looked all year. Okay, so here we go. Start off with a little bit of the counter, right? A little counter here. And you kind of can see how Van Roten is getting his butt kicked already, right? And let me bring it back a little bit. Right. So see that Van Roten, he's getting pushed back. So Jacobs, he has to make a little bit jump cut, but there's really nowhere for him to go. And then Illuminor, he's not getting really up there. Okay, get back. It's just ugly. It's just a free for all.
Yeah.
Also, I want you guys to notice how these guys are like jumping these gaps. Okay, there's something that I thought was really interesting. I think this is something on tape that they see because this happens a lot, and this guy just waits and he just jumps it. It happens a lot in this game. So you guys see it, and he makes a tackle 26. Mr. Savage. There. All right, here we go. Another one here. See, he's shooting that gap again.
Yeah, Myers had no chance. Maybe.
Yeah. One more time. I thought I had slow motion on these things. So I was like, all right, you know, here you go. But you see there that was a good job on Myers, but once again, because there's pretty good blocks on this one, right? Kind of see the big little bit movement there from Miller and Parham. You move these two guys right here, right? But they're shooting these gaps. Yeah, he's able to make that guy miss, but he still gets some great yards. So that has to be something on film. But go ahead.
Yeah, I was just saying, not a terrible block by Michael Mayer either.
Yeah,
on Lucas Van Ness.
All right, so here's another one here. There we go. There we go. The slow motion here. All right, so bring it back. A little bit duo, right? Get some here duo here, and you kind of can see how just Van Roten, he's about to get beat. He has no leverage, no push. He's kind of off balance here, right? And then it allows, and then Miller can't hold his block, right? He's not able to get up to 45. It does get up to 45, but it's not a really good block.
Yeah.
So if Van Roten all lose, but look at Mumford, man. I'm telling you, just watch him over here in the corner, man. He's just highlighting for later. Just look at the movement he gets in. I think he's blocking Gary here.
Yeah.
Right here. Look at Mumford. He's getting pushed. He's the only one. He's the only one getting pushed there. All right, so here we go. Here's in the goal line, the red zone. So here we go. They're shooting the gaps again, right? And we're doing a draw play, of course. So 45, he's just coming, right? Because Johnson's in the game. They're probably running the ball, so they try to mix it up. You see, who is that? I think that is Miller. He kind of gets beat there too, right there. Miller gets beat. Just bad technique right there, and it's just a free for all. So watch one more time.
Yeah, is he blitzing?
Yeah, he's blitzing there. Yeah. Just nobody block him. Watch him. Let's see, Mayor. Right, yeah, because he's blitzing. And then Mayor Mumford's on the ground. It's just ugly stuff sometimes. But it got better, man. It gets better. It gets better there. It does. It does. It gets better here. So, but we got to go one more ugly one. But this is interesting to me because, so based on this alignment, like, so you got 55 out here, right? So you got 5 guys?
Yeah.
It looks like
we got 9 in the box,
right? 9 in the box. Now, what I'm thinking here is like, I mean, Miller has to block this guy, right? I guess based on their alignment and probably the techniques that they're in, just based on offensive line plan, I'm guessing that he has to block this guy because he's lined up right on him based on what they're running, right? So this just leave this guy wide open though, right?
Yeah, back it up a little bit. And then play it. Yeah, is that supposed to be? I don't know what the hell.
That's what I'm saying. I was watching this. I was like, what is that? What is happening?
I thought it was duo, but they run it weak.
Yeah.
So
but and nobody blocks the. Like, what is happening? So that's what I'm saying. There's something wrong here. I don't know what that is about, but that's awful, man. To me, that's just bad.
Yeah,
bad football.
I mean, it's hard to run the ball in the NFL against 9 in the box, no matter who you have in there.
All right, see right here, and of course, once again, I talk about they're shooting these openings too. Right there, you go. He's shooting it, and then there's Jacobs trying to outrun these guys because I think this is Mayer here. He's getting beat by Big 97 Kenny Clark.
Yeah, it's a mismatch.
Yeah, man. So there's something to that too. Those guys shooting those gaps, and it's like delays. I want to go back to it a little bit because it's not like right away all the time. So I'll watch it. Here's slow motion here. And watch 20. See, it's just waiting, boom, and then he goes. So I'm telling you, man, there's something there. But here we go. Positivity. Here we go. Let's get some good runs. This is Jacobs here. Boom, hitting that bounce. And you getting the dead leg. Ugh.
Ooh. Oh, yeah. So you post that. That was nasty.
All right. I'll go back to him. So this one, some more duo here. And that's a good block from Hooper there.
Go. We'll take it.
All right. You see Mumford getting up there. Oh, getting some movement. And then we get Jacobs one-on-one. And he just makes him look silly. And then he's off. Yeah. Pretty good there. Yeah. There was some positive runs here. There was some positivity in the run game. So here's another one here. I like this one. A little more duo. It's a pretty good block from Jacoby Myers. You see the good block from Mumford there. Allows the opening for Jacobs. Gets a good run. Boom.
Like to see a little move to
take
it in the hole.
But that's what happens when you got a good block here from Mumford. Mumford has full control. That's Kenny Clark, bro, by the way. And you kind of see even gets off his technique a little bit. But the good setup there, he's able to reset.
Beautiful.
Play Mumford. this is right here. So we're getting some more. This is a little bit of a heavy duo game here, but right there, another great block by. You even got a good block from Van Roten here on this one. We got to make sure we get this one on tape right here. Boom. Combo block. They switch perfectly, and then you get Mumford. He's able to reset his hands and now let him grab Jacobs there. Get a good run.
That's beautiful. I think he pulled off a little that move to get the V of the neck and pull him down a little bit.
But with this one here, this is on the red zone. This is a really good run by Jacobs. See Jacobs, he stays patient. He allows Johnson to have this block, right? He could have just ran it, right? And then he stays patient and still just runs right where he's supposed to for a touchdown.
Beautiful.
So this is a great play here too. See Jacobs right there, and then he's able to slide there. Wait, the patience, great run by Jacobs. I tell you, Jacobs look good. If they can run block, consistently.
I like that block from Parham too.
Mm-hmm. All right, here we go. One more. There we go. Get some more duo, which they basically just ran it to death. Just kind of see. Parham gets pushed back a little bit, but you still see some pretty good blocks from everybody else. Mayer gets some push there. I'll go back, watch one more time. You see Mayer there. Miller getting some push.
There we go.
There you go, Michael.
See, moving, stay engaged. There we go.
See, he gets better. He gets better at that every week, man.
I know.
He gets better at that every week. All right, so pass protection. So, like I said, people are asking me what's up with the offensive line. Here we go. We got it. This is what we got, guys. We're gonna watch the sacks, of course, and then some of the maybe a couple of other pressures here too. So. Pass protection here. Kind of see this is just Parham just getting beat by Kenny Clark.
Good play.
All right, so here you go. Watch this one more time. Watch Parham right there. Kind of see how he gets his hands dropped.
Yeah.
And then that's just a veteran move, I think.
Yeah. That's a vet on the second year pro.
Yeah.
Oh, that is a beautiful job working the hands.
Nasty.
That's teach tape right there.
I know, man. And Parham learned. Oh, that's second year player. All right. So that was pure pressure. That was quick. Guy just getting beat here. So here's another one. This is the one we were talking about here, guys. So we're gonna break this down. We're gonna check this one out. Right. Okay. So I should have shown on the previous play. They slid correctly here, and that's what I think Van Roten's expecting. Because I should have did that, but I don't know if it was the same exact alignment, right? But I know there was a play before that where he did help over on Van Roten. All right. So when you see Van Roten, he's probably I think he's expecting James to be here, but James is helping with Parham.
Well,
Right?
it looks like Parham's expecting James to slide right.
Yeah, that's
So
true
I think
too.
James, like we were talking about, I don't think the turn to I would never blame the center on the turn to center. Looks like it's actually Andre James's fault.
Parham's like, what are you doing? And then Van Roten's like, all right, let's see what's happening to Luminor. He's with Rashawn Gary. I should make sure. I think James got him. No, nobody's got him. No. He's like, oh, what the? Look at him. You can't figure out what happened. Like, what? All right. That's funny. He's like, let me see what Rashawn Gary's doing over there. All right, so here we go. This is a stunt which they've had problems with forever with this offensive line. It's another stunt. James kind of is late. I don't know how he doesn't see this, in my opinion. Let's watch this one more time. I don't know how he doesn't see it. Like, what is he looking at?
Yeah. Tunnel vision. I'm also wondering why Miller was so aggressive on that.
Yeah.
That's set. Like he steps on Parham's foot.
They're all over the place, man. I don't know what's happening with this coaching. You get Austin Hooper on Preston Smith 1-on-1. And Jimmy is just, which I mean, the pocket's not that bad. I mean, he could. I don't even know if this even counted as a pressure. Probably right there because he hurried a little bit, and then goes to backside. Yeah. Over Hunter Renfro sighting there. Don't get much of those these days.
Nice little cameo.
Yeah, nice little cameo there. And then here we go.
Okay, man.
Some pressure here, a little bit, but you see kind of Parham's. Kind of see his play strength. I mean, his play strength's always been a problem a little bit because you got to kind of double stunt and kind of roll through it and forces Jimmy out of the pocket. He just throws it away. So Van Roten doing a good job. See Mumford, look at Mumford. Sean Gary, go ahead there. Did he get a chip from Mayer? Did he get a chip? I think so.
He did. It was a dirty chip by Mayer. That was beautiful.
There we go.
See, right here, Jimmy Garoppolo to me should like right near the hash.
Mm-hmm.
Like he didn't need to like fade out of the pocket. Like right about here, he can reset his feet and maybe make a throw. But
yeah. All right, and I think is that or is this the last one? Here's the last one. This is when Thayer Mumford got the sack on Rashawn Gary. So Gary, the speed rush always I think kind of gives him a little bit of issue. He just doesn't get deep into his set there, in my opinion. It's just kind of slow.
Inefficient footwork.
Yeah.
A lot of choppy steps instead of long kick slides.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. But I still think, I don't know. Even though, he kind of gets around it, right? He tries to push him around, and this is, Rashawn Gary's a freak, so that bend is crazy, right? So Rashawn Gary still fights around, but I think this ball's got to get out somewhere. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe he didn't have any options on the other side. All right, so that's really all the bad kind of plays. Let's look what the rest of the game of the pockets look like. So here's one right there. And then, I think, Devontae Adams is about to be wide open here. You see he's running a crosser versus cover 3. It's just him and the safety. And, the safety, it doesn't go with it. You can already see it on this film. And for some reason, Jimmy Garoppolo just runs out of a clean pocket.
Was that the play Aikman called out where Devontae had his back? Yep. Okay. That makes sense.
But just think about this. Like, boom. Just take one hitch. All you just hitch once, and he hits Devontae Adams for a touch, for a big play.
Yeah.
It's like he's never hitched before in the offense. It's okay to hitch sometimes, man. All right. Here's another one. Look, this is great. Some great pickups here. You get a little chip for bring it back. Get a chip from Hooper on Gary. Right. And they're bringing a little blitz here. See Mumford does a good job getting inside there to get the blitz, and he's still able to come outside on Gary. And, James is getting pushed about, but this gives Garoppolo a good enough pocket to hit Myers.
That was beautiful by Munford.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got to have that dagger. I mean, this is what happens. You get the that was definitely a dagger right there on that play. All right, so here we go. Another one. Pass protection. I'm telling you, look at this pocket. Look at this, man. Look at that. Oh, he's making sandwiches. And then throw in double coverage. On dagger. This is Jimmy Garoppolo running dagger again. But even then, like you could have, I think right here you got to navigate. Like I said, hitch up right here. You might have got Papa Preston Smith, but you probably shouldn't be throwing that ball anyways. But I mean, it was a pretty halfway decent throw because I think he threw it behind some pretty good placement. But I don't know why he threw it there. But hey,
yeah. Can you back up and I want to watch Parham real quick because Kenny Clark's going to try and do the same thing. He got the sack onto him, but look at this adjustment. One, he flashes the hands. Ooh. Like two to start to throw out the punch timing, and he keeps him outside like that. Much better job like replacing his hands. Like that's what I like to see from the growth is what I like to see from him. In game. That's a nice play. I like that recovery.
Yeah, you can do that to me twice.
Yeah.
All right, exactly. So here we go. Another one. It's another great pocket here. Look at Muffer 1-on-1 with Sean Gary right there. All the time in the world for Jimmy Garoppolo.
Oh, that is a much better kick slide.
Yeah. And then Parham, he's
bored ground this time.
Parham, when you go tear somebody's head off, man, come on, bro. You're bored. See, when you have nobody to block here, Parham, go tear some. Go hit him. Hit him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel
that. So, another one. Here we go. Here's another one on another great pocket. All right. This is very ideal. And this is what I'm talking about. We think he's under pressure because it just feels that way when you're watching broadcast. But he's really not.
Like, they give him like a half moon to work to the right side, and he just can't.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. But so the offensive line pass protection, they're still playing really well. They're not really. I don't think there's really been that much of a difference. I think they've given up more pressure. They're not giving up like 4 a game, like it was. They're lights out the first 2 games, but giving up 25%, you really saw that on the film that I just showed. Like they're giving up pretty good plays on pass protection. They're really setting the tone for this offense where they could be able to throw down the field if they really wanted to. So because even if Jimmy Garoppolo doesn't have the biggest arm, I think they could sense the way the offensive line is playing on some of these deeper routes. I mean, he was able to hit some of those daggers and have plenty of time for him to be super late on it. He's super late to Jacoby Myers across the middle there. Right. But he had plenty of time to just kind of navigate and move around there and hit it. And Parham looks like he gave him some pressures this game and kind of struggled a little bit, but I think he got better as the game went along. And that you saw, as you pointed out, and Thayer Munford, I thought he did pretty damn good against Rashawn Gary out there. So there's a lot of positives from the offensive line. I think Thayer Munford is the missing piece. People talk about like who is going to help this offensive line get better. I think they got to put Munford in there for the run game, and I think he's good enough in pass protection. I mean, sure, he got beat one time with Rashawn Gary, but then he adjusted. He played a little better, and then you saw overall they just played a little bit better on the offensive line when he was in there. So yeah.
I mean, like I was saying too, like the last few reps, like his footwork was so much better, and like the fact that he's making that switch in game, like tells me it's like okay, he knows it's an issue, and he knows he knows how to fix it. He's just got to do it more consistently, which happens with young players. So yeah, I mean, from what you showed me there, like I said, like the fact that like Illuminor has been struggling in pass protection lately, and we already knew he wasn't that great of a run blocker, like going into the season, like, and I mean. Munford, I had from what we saw, we had a pretty damn good game as a pass blocker. Like, might be time to make the switch. Might be time to give the young guy a shot, especially this week, because I mean, Uche is going to be out there too, and he's a damn good pass rusher too.
Yeah, man, yeah. Well, it's gonna be an interesting game this week. Josh McDaniels return. I mean, they're coming back to Vegas again. But maybe probably be a home game because the Patriots are 1-4. Nobody's taking that trip for Boston. So Raiders, Raiders gonna have more fans this time, guys. We're excited about that. They're not doing it. Even if they planned it, they're not going to do it. They're done.
I mean, are you canceling a trip to Vegas? Like, regardless of whether it's a game?
A Boston fan? Yes. A Boston fan might. Yes. He might cancel that trip to Vegas. I'm
I
pissed
don't know,
off.
I mean, I feel like the Bostonians, they like to drink and gamble, man. I don't know. We'll see.
They do, but do they want to go watch the Patriots? It's I don't know. We'll see.
Fair,
We'll see.
Fair.
We'll see, man.
They'll be there. They just won't be at Allegiant Stadium.
Exactly, bro. All right, man. Hope you guys enjoyed that show. Went over the offensive line, Maxx Crosby, and kind of showed, what we thought. People asked me the question, what happened to the offensive line? You guys saw it. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Like, hit the subscribe button. Like I said, we're close to 10,000. Get us up to 10,000, guys. Let's make that happen. Come support us all day. Subscribe. We're out of here. Peace.